So, Adam, can you please share your story with the audience?
Yeah, thank you very much for the opportunity. I am here to say the man I single-handedly brought to the UK wants to be deported with my child, his only child.
His only child. Okay, let's go to the beginning of this story. How did you and this man meet?
I met this man in Nigeria. Shortly, we got married.
Okay, and when you guys got married, when did you have your baby?
I had the first child, but along was a stillbirth at 8 months, and I lost the baby. 7 months, yeah, I lost the baby. Then we had another child at 2021 during COVID.
So you had the baby in Nigeria in 2021.
Yes.
Okay, so how did you guys come to the UK?
Yeah, when I had the baby and knowing what happened and knowing who he is, he's a very, I'm not trying to bring him down here. He's a lazy man. So I was the man that married him. So along the line, I tried struggling coming to the UK for my master's and having a child. And I tried to look for how to keep the child and come.
Hello? Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, we lost you there. You said, so you guys came to the UK, and what happened then?
Yes, when I came into the UK, I struggled to come into the UK with him and the child. Being the single sponsor, I sponsored him from everything till he got into the UK, even with the job. We got into the UK with the child, and he left the child for me, a special need child, knowing full well the child is a special need child, left the child after using me to get a visa, got a 3 year visa, and left me with the child to struggle alone. As the sponsor, how am I going to be? How can I go and take care of a special need and be able to work? But
Okay,
as my dependent, he took the child.
so you brought this man to the UK as your dependent.
Yes, sir.
Did he support you to pay your school fees?
No, I paid my school fees after bringing him here. I paid all the things, how he got in here, and I now paid my school fees alone. I was even scammed to get our sponsorship that gave him 3 years to stay in this country. So he had lived here for 4 years, 5 years now. So he even stayed after that. I was the one that even been scammed of £5,000 to get while I was looking for sponsorship. Got it. I still added him. When I didn't want to add him, the Home Office wrote to him, and out of my heart, I'm not a wicked woman, I put him back, even when he did not contribute, promised to pay back that money up till date. He refused to pay back. Instead, he's left the baby with me, even no accommodation, 1 naira to even say, okay, use it and give this child food. Even when I called him and begged him, he would tell me I'll suffer and die with the child. The next thing, I'll be deported.
Okay. So this man, his name is Blessing Omiye.
Omeye.
And he
Ogenegada.
Ogene Ogaga, and he
Yes.
is a Yoruba man from Jesse in Delta State. So
Yes.
anyone that knows Blessing, his face is the face on this thumbnail. So when you first met Blessing, was he a rich man?
Blessing was as poor as at a point. I have never seen, since I married Blessing, I've never seen Blessing's money up to 600,000 in Nigeria currency. Is that bad? I've never seen 600,000. If I'm lying, let him bring it out here. Bring the account details. I've never seen, because I have my account printed. I've never seen even house rents. He can't even pay house rents. So I'm live here, so let him come out and say if I'm lying. House rent, he can't pay. We stay in Sulere. How much was the house rent? 500,000. He can't even pay, even in 1 year. But bringing him here, thinking, don't worry, life can be fine. You change, which he promised me to change. He has not been like this. He has been like this right from the Nigeria. So when I wanted to come into the UK, I want to come in alone, but I had a child, nobody to leave my child with. And I was like, how am I going to do? Let me bring him. After he had pleaded with me that he would change, coming to the UK, it became worse. He now mixed up with other men and he now started telling me that he wants to show me that he's a man. With my money, with the money I borrowed to bring you here in the UK. And you feel you have arrived, driving good cars, dressing, wearing designers, and your only child at your age, it does not even have where to stay, does not have food to eat. I went, the next thing, called the police for me, and the police said I can't make him to be responsible. And you forget where you're coming from. This is a child. I have never begged him, I want to have a child. He was the one that begged that, please, he's old, he wants to have a child. You know? So that's how I got myself into this mess.
So you said Blessing, you and Blessing took a loan when you were leaving Nigeria, and the agreement is that
Yes, I've already prepared my money coming for studies alone. Unfortunately, I got pregnant, and I explained to the doctor who Blessing is, that he's not going to be capable of taking care of this child. And the doctor talked to me that it's not easy to just take up a child, that I should just take my child like that, take the pregnancy and traveled out. And Blessing started lying to me, because I think that's lie, that he's going to write to the UK embassy why I'm going with his child pregnancy. Meanwhile, he can't even take care of the child. And along the line, I'm a woman that has a good heart. I fear God. And I kept quiet. I said, okay, maybe he's trying to tell me he's sorry, he's going to change. Let me calm down. He might change because of this child. So that was why I took all those risks to borrow money. When we were looking for money to travel, for him, I already put in my money. For him, I begged him, call you, said you have family, call them. He said, who can bring him 1 naira? Nobody, not knowing he had all his plans mapped out. I went and borrowed money, pay interest, did everything. I have the evidence, the IOM, from the proof of fund, from everything. Lied to me, don't worry, money, I'm going to give you back the money, this, that. Immediately when he entered the UK, Blessing refused to work, refused to stand up to do anything. So he would be sitting the baby, he would be at home, and I'll go out to work or to go to school. Along the line, I felt sick. Life was not easy with me. Blessing never cared. So immediately Blessing stood up, was just to go out of the house. He refused to even to get a house. We didn't have our own house. He's that bad.
So you brought Blessing to the UK on the assumption that he is your dependent. He will work to support you and help you pay the school fees. Is that correct?
Actually, it wasn't really that, but that's what they do here.
Yes.
That's what they do here. The families that works together are there to support each other. Because as a student, you're not allowed to work for more than 20 hours. You understand? Your dependents are supposed to work to help you out. You know, you're not supposed to work here more than 20 hours. He was supposed to work, so he was working into his pocket, building his own life, and I had to bring him here, knowing full well that how did we get here? I think that's what I keep asking him. When I ask him, he keeps trying to force his way for me to get another child when the one he has he cannot take care of.
So did Blessing abandon you and his daughter? You can bring the daughter, it's fine.
Okay.
Did Blessing abandon you and his daughter because he realized that the daughter has special needs?
Yes, he abandoned because the child has special needs. That's why he doesn't care up to a point, sir. Let me tell you something. I went to his office when I got to know where he works because I know where he works. I went there physically just to prove a point
In
to
the
him to
UK?
see. Yeah,
In
in
the
UK.
UK?
Yeah, he works with non-Manchester Hospital, mental health.
So
I went to
he
him.
worked
I
as a
showed
support
people.
worker.
Yes, a support worker. That was where he
Which
was
hospital
working.
in Manchester?
Yes, non-Manchester Hospital in mental health hospital in Manchester. That's where he used to work. Then that's where he worked. I knew him. I don't know anything about him. So when I heard that he works there, I went there with his picture. I was showing people. They said, "Yeah, I know this guy. He works at my floor." I said, "Please tell him his daughter is here waiting for him." Blessing did not come out. He had not seen the child for the past 3 years. He had never even cared. At a point, I was there for 5 hours. Everybody were coming. I became a laughing stock. Everybody were coming out, looking at me. They said, "Madam, please take it out." I said, "This man, I don't see him." I call on the phone. I have asked 2 lawyers to write to him. He refused. Even the divorce, I begged him, "Please, this marriage is not working. Can we divorce?" He said, "See you, I'm using you for your paper. I cannot divorce you now till the paper runs out."
So
I
Adam,
had to go.
wait. So you mentioned to me that you called him and told him you and the child have no food to eat and nowhere to stay. What did Blessing say to you?
He said, "I will suffer, and at the end of the day, I'll be deported." And truly, sir, I went to the hospital where he works with the child. He did not come out to meet the child, sir. So I just wanted to prove a point. He did not come out to say, "Let me just come and see my child I have not seen." At a point, do you know what he did? They called the police. Police came. That I came to where he works. I told the police everything as I'm telling you. The police said, "Sorry, we can't make him responsible."
So, Blessing, how did you find out that Blessing now has sponsorship?
Yes, my visa expired and I tried to do a visa for my child. I got to see that Blessing has gotten a sponsorship which is expiring 2023.
And he did not put your name and his child's
At
name.
least your child.
He didn't put his child's name.
I just felt in life, if you and the mother, things are not working, what about your child that is bearing your name? Can you change that to this child? I brought you because I didn't want this child to ask me, "Mom, where's my dad?" How many years ago? That's why I showed you this help. And today, you are enjoying yourself, driving. And this is a child you forced me to have. Wasn't my will. And even tried to force me more. And I said, "No, you can't take care of one and now stupidly have another one. I can't do that. Meet another person." And
So,
you have the guts to
wait,
still leave your child.
Adam. So how did you find out that the man you brought to the UK as your dependent, the man that he is aware that you were scammed £5,000 for COS, the man that is aware that you worked hard to pay your school fees, how did you then find out that the man now has visa sponsorship and he didn't include you?
So I got a mail which I forwarded it to you from Home Office telling me that the child's visa, mom visa is so date expiring and the dad so date is expiring and it's still running till 2028 and your own has expired as a child. So we are going to end your leave to remain. And your father has changed his visa since last year, August. So for that means it's 3 years visa. Because when I wanted to change my visa last year, they sent me that same mail telling me that he's on my visa. So he has been on my visa for 4 years. So he changed his visa August and left his family.
So I know some
His
of the
child.
viewers, hang on, a lot of people want to know why you kept a man who is not looking after you and the child, the man that you brought to the country, he deserted you. Why did you not cancel his visa?
Sir, I didn't want to cancel his visa because I know God watches and he pays people back in their own coins. I left him for God because I know God will reward him. So I didn't want to cancel his visa. I
So,
left the visa to expire.
so whenever you ask him the money, the loan that the two of you obtained to facilitate the trip to the UK, when you ask him to pay back the loan, what is he saying now?
He said he's not owing me any money. I even asked, I'll send you a letter from 2 lawyers to write to him as an evidence. He still lied that he's not owing me any money.
So the face you are seeing on this thumbnail is the face of Blessing Omeye. Blessing is from JC in Delta State in Nigeria. And we know a lot of our Delta fans, they will watch this video. I'm sure people know Blessing. Is this the man that you guys knew? So looking back at everything now, you met a man, you were working as a banker in Nigeria. He was struggling. You fell in love for him, believing that love has no price. How do you now feel that the man that you made all these sacrifices for, you brought him to the UK, he came as your dependent, he got visa sponsorship, he didn't put your name and his child's name, and he deserted you? How does that make you feel? Adam?
I'm hearing you, sir. What did you say, sir?
How does that make you feel? Everything that is happening, how does it make you feel?
Actually, I felt pain. I felt serious pain. Initially, I felt pain. I've been quiet for 5 years now, but I'm relieved now because God has been so faithful. And I feel there's a payback time one day. Somebody else will do that tenfold to him. For the pain he has caused for this little child, this child never asked him to bring him to the world. If you know very well you're not ready to take care of any child, no need to bring the child to the world. And up to a point where I have given you the things, I gave you money. I'm very sure it's first time of seeing 1 million cash and the profit is in UK. And he has money to a point where he's paying for car, a good car, wearing designers, coming up on social media, lying to women that he's looking for who to love and to be loved. He's on a dating site, sir. Meanwhile, he's married, legally married to a woman, refused to divorce. Even when I beg him every day, please, let me take this thing out legally. Please, he refused. Just because he wanted a paper to be in the UK. And you've gotten that paper. And now you prove the point to the little child. I want this to go online so that tomorrow, 20 years to come, the child, I will log in and the child will see it. So that tomorrow, they won't say women, there are still good women out there.
Well, Blessing is looking for love. You said he's on a dating site. So the
he's looking for who to deceive, not love. He's looking for who to deceive.
Okay,
Again,
so
he's not looking for any love.
Okay, so
he can't take care of the woman.
On this thumbnail, you can see a face of a woman and a baby and a man. The man on the thumbnail, that is the face of Blessing Omeye Ogaga, who comes from JC in Delta State. So, Harry, before we end this podcast, I want to ask you, you said, Blessing, when you called him, you told him you were homeless, you have no money to eat. What did he tell you? Hello? Well, Harriet said when she called Blessing when she was homeless, and Blessing told you to go and die that you will be deported back to Nigeria?
Yes, I'll suffer with the child. When I'm done, I'll be deported back home.
Okay, that is what he told you about his own child.
Yes.
Okay, so I want you, how much does Blessing now owe? The loan that you and him took in Nigeria, and they gave you 10% interest. How much is it
yes,
now?
it was 10% interest to be paid back that month. And he now lied that when we get settled, that he will pay back the loan.
Okay. So Harriet, you said you were telling me before that because of the struggles that you've gone through, you have not been able to pay the loan because you put your asset down as collateral. How much is the loan today?
The loan is 48 million for today.
Okay, and Blessing is refusing to pay anything for 5 years.
He doesn't even care. Yes, he doesn't even care. Okay. After all, I was the one that went to help him.
Okay, that's fine. I want you to speak to Blessing because I can see your beautiful daughter in the background. I don't know why Blessing decided to abandon such a beautiful girl, but that is left for him. Hopefully, he will reach out to us and put his own side of the story across to us. So, Harriet, I want you to talk directly to Blessing, and anyone that has any story that they want to share with us, you can WhatsApp us on our WhatsApp number there, and we'll respond. Harriet, speak directly to Blessing because he's going to watch this video.
Yes, Blessing, as you're watching me, we are doing well. This is me and Daisy. We are doing well now. We thank God for help. And I want to let you know that whatever we do, life is karma. It will come to you 10 times what you've done to this little child. See Daisy. Daisy has grown up to be a big girl. She's 5+ now. She's the one there. And I promise you, I want to let you know that I've been trying to communicate with you with different people, trying to return back the money I borrowed for you when you never had nothing. Now you have designers to wear, you have a car, you have a job, you are now a UK big boy. Fine, it's okay. But let me tell you, if it takes you 10 years to pay that money, Blessing will pay. Keep hiding. Run around, lie to the police, tell them I shouldn't see you without telling them what you did years back. But I want to let you know that one day, this face will meet again. You will pay back that money. So I have to come here to let the world know you're owing the life you're living a fake life. A woman helped you and you feel you pay her back in this coins. I've moved on. I finally divorced you, even when you tried to pretend that you don't want to divorce just to get a paper, and I've allowed you to get the paper. Now you have 5 years and a paper on your this thing in UK. Now you have your stay now. So you've moved on with my life, and I've moved on with my life. But that money still hangs. You're gonna still pay back that money. So please, if you love yourself, let's try and sort out, because that I used a collateral to put in to get that money for you 5 years ago when you needed help, when nobody was there to help you. Your family, your father never brought that 1 naira. I've never seen your father in your house.
Harriet,
I gave birth to this child. None of your family has ever brought that 1 naira. I'm saying it on media. I can drop my address for you. Come and say it in front of me that I read, yes, your family gave 1 naira to this child. Even you, how much did you pay when I gave birth to this child? You know, but I don't want to go too far out of it, but just remember that there's law of karma.
Okay, so the audience can now judge. You have a man who a woman made all the sacrifices for, brought him to the UK as her dependent, hoping that he will be able to support her. The moment the brother realized the child has special needs, according to the lady, he did not pay a dime in the woman's school fees. Even when the woman was count £5,000, he didn't do anything. When he then had his own visa in the UK, chose not to include the woman and his only child in the visa, and he's telling the woman she will be deported and she and the baby can suffer. The case is now up to the public to decide. If you see any value in this content, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Hopefully, Blessing or somebody from Delta State in JC, they will see this video. Thank you for